Hey friends, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing something super fun, and that is creating fall-inspired Kirklands dupes. Really cheap, really fun, really easy for your home decor. So let's dive in. First up today we have the cream wheat harvest arrangement. This is the easiest and cheapest dupe from Kirklands. Retails for $20. I think the name is kind of unfortunate. I don't think they were thinking that through. It reminds me of cream of wheat. But here I've got this wheat pick from Hobby Lobby. It was $10 and then 40% off. And this milk jug, which is actually in the Christmas section. It is $4.99. So you get it for a little over $2.50, which is awesome. And then matte black spray paint. And that is all you need for this project. So I'm just gonna spray paint. I did 2 coats of the matte black, letting it dry completely in between onto the milk jug. Making sure that the first coat's thin but even. Don't worry about spray painting the inside of the can, but I do spray paint the inside of the lip of the jug. Once the can is all dry, you are ready to build your arrangement, which is really simple. I'm just putting in the bottom some of this floral foam that I got at Dollar Tree. Just 1 block is plenty. You'll actually have a little bit left over. And I'm cutting it just with scissors and poking it down in the bottom of the can. Now, this is the hard part. I use scissors. You're probably going to want to use wire cutters. That would have made much quicker work of this. But I am disassembling the floral pick so that I get each of the stems individually. Once my floral pick is completely divided and all of my stems are laid out in front of me, I'm ready to build my arrangement. It's as simple as poking them down into the floral foam until you like the way it looks. If at any point something seems a little off or is too long, just clip it down, break it off, and just keep working your way around the arrangement until all of the holes are filled. I love that this is not a permanent arrangement, so I could pull it out and do something for different holidays or seasons. If you wanted to, you could add some ribbon to the can or dress it up in any way you like. So for under $10, you have a gorgeous Kirklands arrangement.
Next up on our Kirklands Dupes project is my favorite one that we're gonna do today, and that's the Fall Essentials Pillow. It only takes a few products that are super cheap and the CRICUT. You could also do this with a stencil or hand paint the pillow, but I'm gonna use the CRICUT. I'm gonna bring you in close. You can follow along. It's a super fast, cheap, and easy project. For this, all you need is some painter's drop cloth. I purchased this at Lowe's. It was under $7. We could easily get multiple projects out of this one painter's drop cloth. And then if you caught my fall shopping haul video, then you heard my pro tip. We're gonna use the stuffing from inside of this under $4 Walmart pillow to fill both pillows that we're doing today that are Kirklands dupes. I created this CRICUT design file, so I will link it down below so you can grab your free copy of it and create your own Kirklands inspired Fall Essentials pillow.
So I'm gonna head over to my dashboard on CRICUT and choose the file that I created. And I'm just gonna size this to fit my pillow, which is approximately 11 inches by 11 inches. For this one, I am using smart vinyl. So I'm not doing it on a mat, but I do have to mirror my image because it is iron-on. Once that's done, I'm just going to weed out my design, being careful to get around all of the little letters. Take your time on this. I know the time lapse makes it seem like a quick and easy task, but this does take some time. So just go slowly and take your time. A little pro tip here, I like to use a little bit of painter's tape to pull off all the little bits and pieces that get left behind when weeding. So this is the canvas drop cloth that I'm using. It was a little under $7, and I did make sure to open it up and give it a run through the washing machine before I started working with it. Now I'm just gonna cut off the edges, the seams, because I don't want those as part of my pillow. I want my pillow to be approximately 20 inches. So I'm just going to line it up and make a little mark. I'm just going to keep working my way around the canvas until I have a piece that's roughly 20 inches by 20 inches. And after that, I'm just going to repeat the process so I have 2 matching squares. Once my squares are completed, I'm going to lay something down to protect my surface and then give each of them a really good ironing. This is the foundation for putting on my vinyl. I'm going to measure it out to make sure that my vinyl is even on all sides. And then I have this butcher paper that I'm going to place over it to protect the design while I'm ironing. I keep my iron on the number 4 setting, and then I just work my way around the design until it's all infused. I like to double check that everything's down, and then I give it one more press, making sure I don't forget to use the butcher paper in between. Next, I'm going to flip over my design so that it's facing the inside, and using my favorite glue, which is the Gorilla Hot Glue, I'm just going to glue the edges together, stopping at the last edge and making sure I only do part of it to leave room for stuffing. Once all the sides are glued up, leaving a small pocket to stuff, you turn it right side out and then start to fill. You can fill it however much you like. If you like an extra fluffy pillow, then you would put more filling in. If you like kind of a flat look, put less. It's whatever design aesthetic you like. Personally, I like kind of right in the middle. Lastly, you just seam up that edge with more hot glue. And voila, you have a beautiful fall pillow that rivals Kirkland's in every way, except for the price. Next up, we have this Hello Fall sign. This one is more inspired by this sign than a complete copycat. So originally I was going to use white foam board and dowel rods in order to create a frame for this project. And that didn't work out so well. So then I found this framed wood decor in the wood crafts section at Hobby Lobby. And I decided this would be really easy and fast. So it was originally $11.99. It was 50% off. So I was able to purchase it for just a little over $7. So I'm going to start off by taping off the edges so that I can paint the back of the sign white. I noticed that there was a little bit of a rough edge, so I just grabbed the sanding block and sanded that off. And I'm using Waverly chalk paint in white And I did end up giving it 3 coats, letting it dry in between. I found these buffalo check pumpkins at Dollar Tree. They come in an 8-pack, 4 of the black and white buffalo check and 4 of the orange. So for this project, to spell out Hello Fall, you will need 2 packages of the pumpkins, and you'll have quite a bit left over. I printed out the letters Hello and Fall on the CRICUT, and then I'm just going to cut them out and apply them to the pumpkins. You'll see there, this is when I still thought I might be doing the foam board. I decided to scratch that idea pretty quickly. Using my favorite transfer tape from Expressions Vinyl, I am just going through and applying it to each one. I decided afterwards it probably would have been a lot faster to apply the transfer tape and then cut out the letters. So you may want to try it that way. It may be a little bit faster for you. Then I just go through and apply each of the letters to each of the corresponding pumpkins. I made sure and alternated the orange and black buffalo check and the white buffalo check for each one, and I'm doing kind of a staggered look. So I'm going to start off by laying out everything and making sure I like where it is before I begin gluing. And then I'm just going to glue down every other letter. That way I can get my staggered look that I'm going for. I put a dot of hot glue onto the board so that I knew exactly where I wanted to place my letter, and then I gave a good coating of the hot glue onto the back of the pumpkin. Don't be shy, y'all. Put lots of glue on there. Got a little bit of hot glue there in between. I'll just go back and touch it up with some white paint later. I know it doesn't really show up on camera. Here's my pro tip: if you need to add another hot glue stick, do a drop of hot glue on the end of the stick before you put it in. It will feed through so much better that way. That little spot's still driving me nuts. Once the base is down, I went back and just hot glued on the edges of the pumpkins where it would be resting on top of the other ones. You'll see this gives the buffalo check look that the original sign had through the ribbon, but in a unique and Dollar Tree way. Next up, we have this really easy Fall Sweet Fall metal plaque, and it retails for $25. So I grabbed this pizza pan from Dollar Tree, and we're just gonna paint it white with Waverly chalk paint in white. And I did end up giving this 2 coats, but it took to the metal really well. And so I wouldn't worry about doing a 3rd coat. You could also spray paint this if you wanted to using a matte white spray paint. Once the paint had completely dried, I was ready to apply my CRICUT file. So I created this file, and I will link it down below so you can print off a copy for yourself. I think I'm gonna make a shirt out of this file too. Let me know what you think. I applied my file, and I think this looks exactly like the one from Kirklands. Once I removed the transfer tape, it was completely done. You could attach a hanger to the back, but I displayed this on my mantle. And we're done. Lastly, we have this Fall Sweet Fall wreath pillow. Similar saying to the last one, I grabbed this 1 yard of Waverly fabric from Walmart. You're gonna make sure to give it a really good wash before you use it, because they put some sort of coating on it that will make the vinyl and the glue not want to stick. I decided to make this pillow slightly smaller than the Fall Essentials pillow, as I was planning on placing it on my front entry bench. So I measured out how big I wanted. You could make this any size that you like, and I decided to just go with the lines that were already in the fabric. Again, with my super sharp scissors, I'm going to make quick work out of cutting out this fabric. It's already folded in half, so I'm going to end up with 2 identical squares when I'm done. Measuring out to see how big I want my image, I decided on about 9 inches. Heading over to the CRICUT, I'm going to get my vinyl set up, making sure the shiny side is down and that my image is mirrored since this is an iron-on. This heat transfer vinyl is from Expressions Vinyl. Next, I'm going to begin by weeding. This image was super easy to weed, but you still want to take your time. There's not a ton of small pieces. I do like to use a flashlight sometimes to look at my image to see that I'm getting all of the pieces out. It's also a good idea to have your CRICUT design studio up in front of you so you know what's supposed to be weeded out and what is supposed to stay. You'll see I have mine pulled up here on my iPad. I love Expressions Vinyl. I find it really easy to weed. Again, this will be available to you in the description box below if you want to make your own pillow. This is another file that I created. See there, I'm using my flashlight to make sure I got all of the little tiny pieces out. Next, I'm going to give it a good iron and make sure that the fabric's warmed up, laying out my design and making sure it's even on the pillow. Adding my parchment paper to protect the design. I iron these on the 4 setting on my iron. Once I let it cool all the way down, I check to make sure the design has transferred. If it hasn't, I just try again and then remove my cover sheet. I always give it one more iron without the cover sheet, but with the butcher paper to make sure everything is completely attached. Just like the other pillow, we're gonna fold it so the design is facing inward and then just gluing around the edges. Leaving a small pocket at the end so that we can stuff it with the filling. Oh, got some on the table. I like to use these Dollar Tree placemats for things like painting and hot glue. It keeps your surface clean and cute. So leaving a pocket, applying liberal amounts of glue, we're gonna let it cool all the way and then turn it inside out. Turn it right side out, sorry. I don't worry too much if it's not completely straight. It'll kind of work itself out. Back to my pillow bag of fluff from Walmart. And we actually have enough filling left over after this second pillow to do another small pillow, which really excites me. I just manipulate the filling inside there till I get it smooth and the way that I like it. And then I will close up the edge and we'll be done. Check out my Fall Sweet Fall pillow with my crocheted and knitted pumpkins. Which of today's projects was your favorite? Tell me down below in the comments. And don't forget, give the video a thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed these Kirklands dupes. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe and go ahead, watch my next video. See you soon.